Throb never.
Should continual ethnic oppression force independent state? Should the continual and historical oppression, disenfranchisement, and consistent low societal status, should that automatically force independent state for the ethnic group that is being oppressed, or for the ethnic group that is continually at the bottom of the specific society's status system? And I mention that because, once again, if you take the situation of American blacks, we've heard many politicians and, even just regular citizens say, we've heard it for years, that we were going to be outpaced demographically and population-wise by the Latino ethnic group. We didn't know, at the time they were talking about it decades ago, we didn't know that it was due to immigration. We just thought it was because of, them having, I guess, high success birth rates, that they just reproduce, we just thought it would be on reproduction numbers, not that they would surpass us in population and demography by immigration, whether it's legal or illegal. So I'm saying, should an ethnic group that can be displaced politically, that can be neutralized politically through systemic tactics that will deliberately keep them under the status of every other ethnic group within their country, within the country that they reside in, should this force independent state for this ethnic group? Whether it's, American blacks or whatever group. Because if an ethnic group can be, politically neutralized and they never receive resources or, the things that they've petitioned and lobbied to have allocated for them, and then if the things that they did get can be easily given to other people when it was already set in law and legislation for them, then it seems like the ethnic group that is losing ground, political status, societal status, resource status, it seems like they need to be an independent state. Because for those of you who say that it shouldn't automatically force independent state, why do you want to keep an ethnic group amongst you that has no political power? Why would you want to keep an ethnic group amongst you that cannot politically achieve the things that they need for their ethnic group so that they're a thriving, successful ethnic group amongst all other ethnic groups within the country they reside? So if you're for keeping an ethnic group amongst you and you're for keeping them below you, then that pretty much says it all. Like that part of it, I don't understand. If an ethnic group cannot achieve anything politically, and every election year, their votes may help, or their votes may not help, but if they've helped in a previous election, and then you have either Democrat or Republican or both decide to neutralize those people's votes by bringing in immigrants from other countries, not just South America or Central America, but from the East as well, from all countries. Right now we have, the East Indian immigration going on, the Hispanic immigration, Latino, the other Asian groups that are immigrating here, the African groups, the Caribbean groups, all of them which have their own political interests because they identify as their own ethnic group. But then we have the problem of a small percentage of the American population, the American blacks, who can be neutralized by all of these groups who come in. Like, this is a problematic situation. And for me personally, I don't see how that doesn't warrant these people who have historically fought oppression and still are behind status-wise, societal-wise, in regards to how long they've been in the country. I don't see how this doesn't automatically warrant them getting independent state. And I say this because if you don't want these people to have any power, if you don't want them to be able to, like I said, be a thriving demographic amongst the society, we're returning to the ideal that I spoke in some videos ago. If you don't want to pay reparations, let the people go. So in this case, we're still hitting that type of ideal. If you don't want to stop oppressing and disenfranchising and, placing at low status a specific ethnic group, let the people go. Like, seriously, there's really I don't see how there's any other way to, mentally gymnastic this thing. If you don't want the people amongst you, why not automatically grant them independent state somewhere and leave them alone? If you want to bring other ethnic groups here, but this point wouldn't apply just to American blacks. This would be for every American citizen here as far as this point goes. But if you want to bring other ethnic groups here and give them housing, help them get housing, help them get businesses, help them get established with, access to purchase food without being legal citizens. And then you tell the legal citizen that they don't qualify for these things. I think you kind of see the point. It's like, how long do you expect people to watch resources be given to people who are illegal? They haven't, taken the proper steps. And then even if it's immigration, like, how long do you expect people to just accept that this intense favor is being shown towards immigrant groups coming here, while the American citizen, like all these homeless people on the street, due to high rent, like, not everybody that's homeless is homeless due to irresponsibility. Some, as I've said before, they're just priced out of being able to live in this country. Have jobs. How do you have people with jobs homeless? But then you're bringing people here who are homeless, don't have jobs, don't have identification, and are illegal. And for the ones that get the help, they're not going to be homeless, but you have American citizens who are. So my point is, as I was saying before, that kind of, took a little turn, because there's no way to not keep bringing that up. But if an ethnic group has been systematically and historically and continually oppressed, disenfranchised, whatever else that fits into these, systems of keeping a ethnic group down. If an ethnic group has historically faced these challenges and is continuously at the bottom of the societal ladder and can easily be neutralized by immigrant populations, by migrant populations, by illegal ethnic group influx, should that not automatically force independent state for the oppressed ethnic group? Because if it doesn't, that means that everybody else can have higher status over them. And are you saying that that's okay? Are you saying that it's okay for every other ethnic group to have higher status than the historically oppressed ethnic group? Or should it force automatic independent state? Something to think about. I'm out.
Heart throb never.